Oh, yeah.
That was well synchronized.
That was great. Welcome to Liberty Libations, everybody. Number 152. My camera is really struggling to.
It just doesn't want to look at you. I get it. Yeah.
That makes sense. It's shocking that we have any audience at this point. All right, y'all. My name is Jake Green, joined tonight by Nick Ciesielski and Alden Hardee. Stephen Hilton had to bail to go to a children's flag football game.
He's trying to be like a what do you call it? Like a good uncle. Dad or something.
Just a yeah.
Well, it's not his kids; it's his niece's game. So
even more cool uncle. Even more to my point, yeah.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Who does that? All right.
Good people. I don't know.
Nick, what are you drinking, man?
I'm back on the meat again.
Nice.
Alden, what do you got?
I got a cask strength bourbon called Smoke Wagon out of Nevada. That's my first time trying that. It's pretty good.
Sweet.
And of course I got a beer for just,
heck
why
yeah.
not? Yeah.
I pray that Smoke Wagon is smoky.
It's got a very strong, the normal bourbon, like the charred oak characteristic, because it's not been diluted with water, but it's not like Scotch, like it's not peat level smoke or anything like that, but it has the toasted oak is magnified because it's not been diluted. So
all right, I'll take it.
So it's in that in between of not an obvious, like if you're a Scotch drinker, I'm not going to recommend it to like a heavy peat fan for that,
fair.
But
that's fair.
But
I'm drinking Kettle House Cold Smoke.
I gotta try this.
There it is, 6.5%. It's good beer.
Do they have an imperial version of that, like a stronger Scotch ale or anything like that, or is that?
They have a white stout that is phenomenal.
What color does it pour when you what is the beer color?
White.
What?
It's extremely light. Yeah.
Weird.
It's strange, but it's so good.
I've had
there are two breweries up here that do that.
Claim that. What did you say? How, Nick?
It's a stout and it's light. Interesting.
Yeah.
Is it like all none of the malts are like toasted or anything, and they just keep it
I don't
high
know.
Sugar but low color? I don't know. Anyway.
I don't know. This is stuff that you would look into that I would never look into. It just tastes good, and that's all I care about. I have one beer for the evening to compensate for last week's very much over drinking.
Yeah, I was gonna maybe.
Plus, I have to drive 2 hours right after the show. So
yeah, I was gonna warn against that if you've got to leave. So.
Yeah, y'all, welcome to the show. Welcome. We're gonna mainly talk about the FBI tonight. The FBI has failed and embarrassed themselves and had one minor success, although it seems to be a distraction from other things. So why don't we go ahead and get into it with...
Before we do that, quick story on this. Right. I might get elected tomorrow.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Elected for what?
Yeah.
President?
Election inspector. So it's a position that it exists... Every voting precinct has an election judge and 2 election inspectors in Pennsylvania that are elected. And for shits and giggles, I wrote myself in for both of them.
Yeah.
And I'm tied on with 20 other people for election inspector.
Oh my God.
And I'm not quite sure because there's one guy that has 2 votes for that. That same guy has 2 votes for the election judge. So I'm not sure if there's 1 or 2 election inspector spots, but there's 20 people. And so there's going to be a drawing from a jar tomorrow at the election office to determine who wins.
Dude, you should have told 5 people to vote.
Yeah, just even one.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is I don't have an easy name like Jake Green.
That's fair. No one's going to spell it right.
Yeah.
So there's a slight chance.
Okay. Well, next week we might be speaking, or no, 2 weeks from now, we might be speaking to elected official Nick Ciesielski.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious with 1 vote.
Dude, that'd be so funny. Okay, y'all. Just real quick. Next week is Thanksgiving. We are not going to have a show next week. We have had them in the past. One of the years we did have them on Thanksgiving, but
probably the first year.
Zach hosted. I didn't.
I got too much.
Last year we definitely didn't do it.
Yeah, no, I'll be in the middle of nowhere, Mississippi with crap internet. So ain't no way this is happening.
I'm going to be getting drunk and making turkey wings.
Oof, that sounds so good.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm hungry. I can't.
That's become my new tradition is like confit turkey wings instead of doing a whole bird because it's just better. Whole birds.
I like a turkey leg from
I've
the
done
state fair.
confit legs and confit wings. Like, yeah, it's the same process. The
I like comfy wings too, Alden.
Yeah. But that's my, honestly, I just like the tender dark meat stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to, you know, by the time if you put the whole bird in the oven, by the time the thighs are cooked through, the breast is like a desert. It's stupid. It honestly is the dumbest thing. I don't know why we do it.
It sounds like you're not doing it very well. Because I've had some great turkeys.
If you deep fry it, like then that you get that where all of the whole cavity is full of oil, like then it's fine. You cook as many whole birds as you want deep fried. But other than that, I think cooking whole birds is stupid.
Dude, deep frying it is so good. I mean, I love watching the explosions, but it's so stinking delicious.
Oh, every year I look forward to the mishaps. Yeah. Honestly, a well-brined, deep fried bird is, I think, the best Thanksgiving bird.
So good.
Yeah.
The best bird I ever had was beer stuffed chicken in North Georgia.
Oh, the beer can chicken.
Yeah.
Where you put the whole yeah.
Dude.
Oh, that's fantastic. It keeps
and it was smoked. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Yeah, beer can chicken is a classic.
I cannot wait for Thanksgiving. Okay.
Yeah, I'm into it.
All right, y'all. We're gonna get into the first topic. Man of the hour, Mr. Thomas Massie. Let's listen to a little bit of what he has to say, and then we'll chat about some stuff.
Today's a great day. Yesterday, we passed the Epstein resolution to release the files with a 427-1 majority. This comes after 5 months
of
battling the speaker.
This guy who supports Israel,
the president, the
not
FBI
America.
Director, the Attorney General,
of course,
the Vice President. They were all working against something they had initially been for. But what we accomplished was we got the people's house to work. Even though the Speaker of the House didn't want to do the people's will, we used something called a discharge petition.
Darn.
And it even surprised me when we got to the finish line how quickly things happened. Once it passed in the House, the Speaker of the House urged the Senate to modify the bill. He didn't like it, but he had lost control of the House here, and we got the bill passed exactly as Ro Khanna and I wrote it.
That's wild.
Before it even went to the Senate, they agreed by unanimous consent to pass the bill before they even received it. I've never seen the Senate move this fast. They didn't change a word of it or any punctuation. And so I expect today or very soon, the president will sign the bill to release the Epstein files. And it's a quick timeline in there. We said that within 30 days, they have to release these files. And we put some very tight guardrails on the things that they could redact. There's concern that the president's going to open a bunch of investigations to keep the disclosures from happening. Here's the reality. There are 1,000 victims of Epstein's sex trafficking ring. There are dozens of perpetrators. There's no way he can open enough investigations to keep us from getting the files.
I don't like how he's holding his phone this whole time.
Most of these men. So I think we're going to see justice. I'm excited. If there's any hope, you've seen it here today and yesterday here in the House of Representatives that we can actually get a bill passed.
What an interesting, if there's any hope.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love seeing Happy Massie.
Happy Massie is just the best. Yeah. So Thomas Massie basically bootstrapped this bill. He spent months trying to get the appropriate number of votes to get it through. Mm-hmm. And ended up being a landslide vote, which is absolutely amazing.
You really went on to the Senate. Want to be the one person in this that's opposed to, right?
Dude,
like, is that the worst?
He said Clay or whatever.
PDF guy from now on.
Clay Higgins. I'm pretty sure he was interviewed in front of his office, and somebody asked him, "Do you support?" Like, because he's got an American flag and an Israeli flag. outside of his office.
Mm.
And he goes, how, like, which one do you support more? Which one do you love more? And he goes, that's like asking me, do I love my wife or my daughter more?
Oh, I've seen this. And it's like, no, it's not. You were elected for one and you live in one and you're a citizen of what? Like, this should be the easiest answer. Like,
yeah. But despite that, Thomas Massie got this passed, got this through, and now it went on to President Trump. I haven't looked today. I've been super busy today, so I have no idea if he signed it today or not.
He signed it.
He signed it?
Okay.
Love it. And even if he hadn't signed it, they would have a large enough number of votes to have shut down any veto as well. So this thing was going through whether or not Trump signed it. So.
I mean, Trump capitulated on it, right? I mean, he spent so much time attacking it. Yeah. And then you got the whole Bubba thing that popped out. And then all of a sudden it was, all right, fine, I give up. Just release it so I don't have to hear about it anymore. And then all of a sudden it just went from like, is this going to happen to fine, we're just going to pass it. And
I'll be
just like,
shocked
whatever.
if this is actually really ground shaking in any real way.
I think that's the consensus among anyone who has a I don't want to say conspiratorial mindset, but at least like a healthy distrust of the government is that okay, the bill allows things under active investigation to be withheld. So, you know, they've claimed, oh, there's no more so investigations or whatever. So you think that since the FBI said, oh, there's nothing left to investigate here, we should get everything. But who knows what they're going to say? Let's hold this for investigation and that. And we're going to end up with like, I don't know, at the very least, like, okay, not everyone who met Jeffrey Epstein or rode on his plane or maybe even went to the island.
Or maybe even everyone that diddled kids, you know, maybe they're not all bad.
No. Well, I'm just saying,
maybe they're fine.
Maybe not everyone named does it, but I don't know, being how prolific this was and how deep it is, if you were associated close enough to be on his island or having meetings with him, you should have some public scrutiny to that.
Agreed.
And there's probably a lot of high profile people that understand that and understand the optics of it and don't want to be on that list. And
for sure. I mean, so here, you know, we've talked about this before, which is I don't think anything is actually going to come from this. Like, I don't think anything's going to be in the Epstein files.
I am not getting excited at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't get excited
for trying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to try. It's like the thing to do, whatever.
Well, this is the thing. So Trump ran on this. So Trump ran on opening the Epstein files and releasing them, along with the JFK files and the MLK files.
I remember
Kash Patel, the FBI director, ran, you know, campaigned for that position and was running his mouth like crazy about this. Oh, put me in there. Yes. We're going to go to town on it.
Put me in,
so ever since then, ever since he was elected, Trump, he has basically disregarded this and tried to make it not that big of a deal. And attacked anybody who brought it up.
Time it comes up.
Yes. Attacked anybody who brought it up. And Massie definitely took some heat from Trump, including personal attacks about him remarrying after his wife died last year. Like, really inappropriate things to be ridiculing somebody about.
Yeah, that's not related and a pretty low blow.
Yeah. And so what I think is happening, and I'm not alone in this, is that Massie is setting himself up to be a presidential candidate for next time around.
It is a very high profile thing that's getting a lot of attention, and
it's a high profile thing, and it's something that Trump's entire base wanted. And so by doing this and by making Trump look like a fool, I think he's exposing, I think more Trumpers are coming around to, if you looked at Trump's approval ratings recently, they have plummeted. Among his own base.
He's not been doing great, and this is why. I mean, I didn't even vote this last time or whatever, because I just see how this goes, and it's a lot of promises or whatever. And I didn't care for the third party option so much, and I just, if I would have, I mean, I can't bring myself at this point like to just go with the Democratic Party with where they've been recently. And I might have chosen like him over, you know, whatever the hell the whole Democratic Party is doing right now. But I just don't see it as like a viable option and a helpful thing. And I just don't trust anything. And this is where it comes right back to, I didn't trust him then. I don't trust him now, and this is why I'm not excited about this in the sense that I'm very shocked. I want to be wrong, honestly, and like
I would love to be wrong.
30 billionaires go to jail. That'd be crazy. Like, but I doubt it. Like,
ain't gonna happen.
Especially like I said,
be like one fall guy.
The biggest indicator here is the FBI director and I guess the attorney general, right? I mean,
yeah,
we saw the trick that we saw the game that Pam Bondi played where she just took all the stuff that was already public, stuck it in binders, and had a big thing at the White House for all the conservative influencers. Oh, look, here's the Epstein files part 1. And then it gets out there and everyone's like, no, this is everything we know already. Where's the real stuff?
Yeah.
And then Cash Patel and Bongino tucking tail and, can't seem to do an interview without looking fucking terrified for their lives.
Yep. Speaking of, let's bring it onto the stage. This is a recent press conference with Bondi. There's Patel. Who's this guy? I don't recognize him.
I can't tell.
All right.
I don't know.
Well, here you go. Here's Pam Bondi answering some questions.
The issue with the new information that you just indicated is the department seeking information perhaps from the Epstein estate because Mr. Blanche did not have that information when he interviewed Ghislaine Maxwell? What new information, and would you limit the new investigation to just those named persons that the president talked about, or is this a broad, open-ended investigation?
I would refer to the Deputy Attorney General's post that he put out on X, and we're not going to say anything else on that because now it is a pending investigation in the Southern District of New York. You're on point.
She did not answer that very well. But Clint Russell sums it up nicely. He said, okay, so we've now gone from we're releasing the files to here are the binders to Epstein traffic to no one to it's a Democrat hoax to the disclosures being required by law to this, a new investigation with new info, which will seal the docs again.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. The perfect circle of drive you crazy.
This was yesterday afternoon. So yep, they're gonna call it an active investigation, and per the bill that was passed, anything that's under active investigation can't be released.
Just brand the whole thing an active investigation, and so then everything attached to it, like a RICO case level, where it's now just pollutes every single thing, and they can get out of it. I wouldn't be surprised. That would be the easiest way, is to just find a sort of a reply to all kind of a problem.
Yeah. Who's Larry Summers? And
Larry Summers.
Well, I guess I didn't hear about Larry Summers.
I guess I didn't either.
I can't remember all of his resume, but he's, I believe, an economist. I think a former president of Harvard or something, and some other stuff. And he got caught having some sort of, I didn't look so deep into it, but some sort of correspondence there, and he's now been like blacklisted from some places. I can't remember the details on it.
All right. Well, we don't have to discuss.
You know more than me, I guess. But
yeah, it's kind of the first sort of little bit of a fall where they're like, hey, maybe this guy shouldn't be associated with stuff. And so
Brian says former Secretary of Treasury and did real creepy stuff with Epstein.
Oh,
okay. Good to know.
All
Good
right.
to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is just Thomas Massey playing politics.
It's kind of reads that way,
which I think is brilliant. I think it's genius. Like any way so that Trump's base can see him for who he actually can maybe just break a few out of their trance of this dingus, this hilarious dingus, but dingus nonetheless.
I agree.
So I'm really hoping that Massey's setting himself up for some type of presidential run, because that would be killer.
You like Massey that much?
Yeah, he's the only. There are two people in all of federal government that I like, and it's him and Rand.
Really? I'll have to look into him more. I don't know too much about him. I know he's like Kentucky.
Yeah. So is Rand Paul. And
interesting. Yeah.
Dude, look up Massey. Look at his stuff, man. Did you see the lapel pin that he was wearing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the counting federal debt clock.
Oh,
that he built himself because he's an electrical engineer. So outside of politics, we're talking about a guy who graduated from MIT, had a successful business career, bought a farm in Kentucky that he just built the whole damn thing himself, kind of like Shake's doing, but even more impressively.
Thanks for that, Nick.
He took a battery out of a Tesla and uses that to power his house and built the whole control system and everything. Like he's, outside of like being the best guy in Congress, he's
I never
like,
thought of that with like a car battery for a house and like what
like a legitimate. I mean, that's what the Tesla power walls are. It's just he wasn't going to pay the brand name, so he's like, just give me the battery.
Find a wrecked Tesla and get the battery out of it.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
What you can easily do. They total those things so quickly because every little piece costs a fortune.
It's hard to. Yeah, exactly. It's easier to.
Dude, we had a fender bender, and it cost insurance $18,000.
It
was a fender bender. There were just some
sensors, or something,
sensors
like
in a bumper.
Fender, like
you're supposed to theoretically replace the batteries on any impact like that too.
Oh,
just because the lithium ion, if one of those cells cracks, the whole thing goes up, and it's just one battery cell after another going up, and you can't put it out with water.
No, because it's a self-oxidizing fire or whatever. Yeah, that's fine.
There's stories of those things, like fire departments show up, put them out, and then they reignite, or they get towed off, and then they reignite in the yard afterwards. Like,
electric the whole point is like if you douse it with enough water, just to like basically drag it out from the garage or something, so you can like not burn everything else down around it, but it's gonna burn. Like it's.
Yeah, but I think Massey has his battery in like a bunker with a fire suppression system.
Honestly,
I think so. Like I've seen the system. He has videos of him doing a tour around his property.
I get nervous about if I leave. I set a timer sometimes when I throw even just like my DeWalt batteries or whatever on the charger, because like there's supposed to be like a thermal shutoff kind of a thing for it, but like I've heard of other people's, it doesn't work sometimes or whatever, and people burn their house down from just charging a battery. I've
had mine plugged in for days.
Oh, no, I forget sometimes, but I try to not do it just because there is that chance still. Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah, I try to be safe with batteries, especially lithium ion.
I've seen people that have a scorched garage wall just because of charging a little lithium battery. So like, yeah, if I owned a battery powered car, I think I would park it outside. Just to be real, like I don't think I would park it under my bedroom.
Well, all of this has a lot to do with the Epstein files. So I'm glad we're chatting about it.
I think just as much though will fucking come from this conversation as whatever is going on with the Epstein files right now. So
we're teaching proper battery safety right now.
Yeah.
Totally.
But people pay attention because we like to go down these tangents, and we're a little bit more entertaining because we're not dry and stuffy on this stuff.
I don't know.
If you say so.
Yeah,
I'm bored.
Not dry in here. I've got a lot of drinks. So.
Hey, the audience tunes in every week for a reason.
That is very fair. Mainly for trivia, I would say.
It's probably that. Yeah, and honestly,
maybe drunkard of the week.
Maybe. I actually need to pull that up. But actually, did I even? Yes, I did make one. Okay, cool. I didn't make one last week. This week there is a drunkard of the week.
I did nominate something just in case you didn't have one in mind. So
you nominate that came in a very close second. There were 3 great options to choose from this week, and we'll get to that in a little while.
I figured after last week I saw that video and I was like, I'm gonna give it to Jake just in case he needs a drunkard this week, because this would qualify.
That's fair.
And that video's become a lot more relevant after some of the stories going around today.
So, interesting. Okay. Well, that came in second, and you'll see what comes in first very soon. So, there's really not much more to say with the Epstein file stuff. Like we've already said, I don't think anything's going to come from it. We've said this for months and months and months and months. Whatever files. No one's going to keep incriminating files on something if like they're buddy with somebody who is in the files. Like,
no,
so many people have seen them at this point that there's no way that anything real exists in those documents.
Yeah, you think this thing survived? Both the Trump administration when Epstein was rearrested,
right,
and subsequently didn't kill himself, and then a Biden administration.
Yeah.
And then this Trump administration to start. You think those files survived that long?
Come on.
Yeah.
You have to like read between the lines a lot of the times on these things, because what they just give you on like an actual platter of like, here's this thing is like, it's almost never anything real. Like, and then it's funny what they'll, if you like, I mean, I've, gone through the files on their website that they'll like release over the years and stuff, and like comb through some of them, and there's some weird bits in there, and like there's like they'll be honest about like, oh yeah, 40 years ago we had this program, and you're like, what? Like, and it's just crazy, and it's shit that people will be like, that's not real, and I'm like, no, it's like, it's very true, it's very real. But those programs and the things that they're willing to actually like release without being like completely redacted, they don't incriminate any particular person. It's just like, oh yeah, we were studying fucking whatever, like mind control with acid and doing weird shit and trying to make Manchurian candidates. And you're like, oh, fine. Yeah, sure. Fine. Whatever. But it doesn't like, it's not like Bill Gates was involved. Like, it's not going to be like Ellen DeGeneres has got to go to jail now. Like with this type of thing, it's a whole different situation. And there's no way, there's absolutely no way that anything, there might be one sad sack that drew the short straw, like in the 2008 thing, the one person that went to jail for the whole banking and the whole thing and the whole collapse of the world economy. One fucking sad sap. One fucking Joe. Are you kidding me? The mastermind was just some guy, like this poor bastard that went to jail. Like,
yeah, same with the whole CIA torture program. One guy went to jail, and it was a whistleblower of the program.
It's like, I swear to God, they go to some fucking thing in Bohemian Grove and they just draw straws, and they're just like, sorry, Dave, like you're fucked this time. We'll send you we'll bake you a cake with a file in it in jail. I don't know. Like there's always one maybe, like, and so we might get like some big hoopla about like, oh, we learned this thing about this one person, and the news might make a thing about it, but it'll still be a lot of nothing. Like I think the best case scenario is you get a lot of nothing about one particular angle or one particular character, and that's about it.
The fact is, like, we know what Epstein was engaged in. We know some names, right? I mean, we know the former Prince Andrew in the UK basically lost all his titles and everything because of this. And we had, his alleged victim, Virginia Giuffre, come forward and say that we've got so much evidence that, hey, there's something going on here. For the fact that there's not a list of names of people who were, engaging in his services, blackmailed, whatever, by him. And we don't have names and names and names. We're talking about a guy who operated over several decades on this.
And do you think if he really was doing the things that we suspect, you think he was operating alone? You think he was working outside of the help of different intelligence agencies and things like that want blackmail information on these different characters around the world? Is like,
I mean, chances are that's what was going on. It's a pure intelligence op, because I mean, you look at his rise to the biggest private residence in New York City, from college dropout teaching to somehow teaching at a boys school in New York, whose headmaster was the former CIA, what was it? CIA, FBI director's father, who hired him to somehow then turning that into a position with Bear Stearns, and taking up, and it's like, well, what did this guy have there? I mean, it's very clearly it was very clearly what he was doing there was that he was basically an in-house fixer. And that's what his job was. He was the guy doing all the sketchy shit to get them out of stuff, until the point where it became untenable because, hey, you got to be the fall guy, you're gone. And then what he'd do, he used all those to continue to be.
And then he magically either died or disappeared from prison, and we have guards asleep and cameras that didn't work and just weird shit. And like, that's bizarre too.
Then you release camera footage that you said didn't exist, and then look at it and it's missing
errors, and like, are you kidding me? And it's like, oh wait, we've had a year to doctor it, but then we didn't even doctor it well enough that you don't know it's not doctored. Like, what the fuck? Then
you just should have hand wave it away with, oh, that camera shuts off at that time every day.
Oh yeah, that's that sneaky blind spot.
What is this like? Yeah, all the at least feed me the bullshit of, oh, we don't have anything, versus
they're acting
versus like doctoring it and pretending you didn't.
Yeah, and it's like, oh no, when it shuts off, when it goes to night mode, it turns off for 30 seconds. So it's like the Truman Show, where it goes to night vision, and that's how he escapes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it switches, like, anyway. Wasn't
I prefer to buy cameras that shut off for a few minutes every day.
Oh yeah,
those are my favorite kind of security cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I really love like when I go to the theaters, I pay to watch a movie, and then there's just like 30 seconds of black once in a while in the middle of the movie. Like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually.
That's perfect. All right, y'all. Let's talk about an actual success that the FBI had this week.
Success.
Yeah.
Did they solve a problem that they themselves created, or
no?
Before, like...
This individual, Sheila, I don't even know how you say her dadgum name, Cheerfulness McCormick. Tell me if I'm pronouncing that.
Sure. That's how I would say it.
McCormick, yeah, something like that.
And her family allegedly stole money from FEMA and then laundered it through friends towards her own personal benefits, including her campaign accounts. $5 million taken from FEMA funds, which, FEMA wasn't going to use them for anything good anyway. So it's really no harm, no foul. But this chick stole or allegedly stole $5 million of FEMA funds.
That's like if you steal money from like a drug cartel, is that the same as stealing from anything else? Like it's that kind of thing.
That is an interesting quandary. If you see the federal government as some type of cartel, which it is.
It just masquerades as a human rights organization.
Yeah, doing illegal things, breaking the law, stomping all over everybody's natural and constitutional rights. Like, at what point does robbing the federal government become morally okay? Because like robbing a cartel, I have zero problem with that. Yeah.
You could even argue that the cartels have a foothold that they do because of the government, and then they're almost one and the same.
Well,
okay, let's not go
the other
direction.
The other flip side on this is that there are multiple cartels, so to some extent they are a bit of a market organization, and although like violent and violate natural rights of individuals violently,
but they wouldn't need to be violent if there weren't laws around.
I know, but
so they are what they are because of.
But as criminal organizations, and in that world, stealing from criminals is less than that. But in this case, in the case of the federal government, you've got money. The money doesn't come from providing at least this good or service that people want. It comes from just pure theft of everyone's paychecks.
And to be fair, like FEMA fails almost every time. However, stealing from a disaster relief organization probably is not the best way to go.
No. Yeah. we
go steal from the IRS agent.
There we go.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
That'd be like, still, it's what we know about FEMA. Like, it's not good, but it'd be like if, you're in McDonald's and there's a jar of pennies or whatever that's like, this goes to, I don't know, burn victims or kids in the hospital, whatever. And then you steal from it. That looks bad. Even if you find out later, McDonald's takes 90% of that money, and you know what I mean? Like, it's like, it still looks bad. The optics still aren't good. Like, you still probably shouldn't do it. Like,
no, that's exactly right. Yeah. So this chick, she's a congresswoman, which is wild. She used the money to support her 2021 congressional campaign, and she faces up to 53 years in prison.
It's not going to be 53 years. I mean, they always take the maximum. I'm sure at 5 million, I'm sure like the guidelines said it probably closer to 10 to 15, I would think. But still, I mean, that's significant time. And I mean, it's stealing $5 million is still a fairly significant amount of money, especially that you then take that money and then you funnel it back into your campaign so that you can win elected office.
Right.
Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
I would like for this to, I don't want things to go unpunished, and I don't want people to get away with just like stealing and embezzling and all these things, whatever. But 53 years feels like the same sentence as someone who literally took a life. You know what I mean? Like that's a long time.
It won't be 53 years. I mean, it could be
Yeah,
fairly significant because, like,
but there's legal.
You're an
grounds
elected
for it.
official and you stole all this money and then put it back to your campaign funds and all this. And it's not like you just took it and held it, like you then laundered it through other people to get it back to you and
whatever you do with
it. It was extensive, man. They like really went for it.
Yeah.
It was a wild it's a wild story, and we're gonna find out if it's true later on. But
I would rather sentences be less in general in this country, and then people be more likely to actually get them. Like, because what Nick's saying is like, oh, it probably won't be that. And it's like, but then why do we have legal grounds for it? Like, why is it, you know what I mean? Like, it still doesn't make sense to me. Like, if you,
well, in this case, they set statutory maximums on things, and that's what the news likes to report.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the federal system. Having watched a bunch of videos and stuff on this, they have like guidelines on these things.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, okay, if you did this and you did this and you did this, like this thing and this thing, increase the like the guideline would say this, then you have these aggravating and mitigating factors that then change your score, and then that brings it to a guideline, and that's basically how it's done.
Yeah, it's
I mean, that's the judge can go off of that, but like if you go too far off of that, then that opens it up to appeal, from my understanding. And like if you stick to the guidelines, then like as a judge on the sentencing, like you really can't be questioned.
Okay, so then less room for an appeal or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't like the system we have in general.
It's not great.
At every turn, I just like have a problem.
We could dig into a whole bunch of things on it, but like when it comes to public officials doing corrupt shit, I'm less, I'm kind of like, well, throw the book at them.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
They should be held to, I mean,
a much higher standard.
Yeah. I do agree with this in a concept. Like if you are the public, you are elected to public office of some kind, like you have a responsibility for like not just you, but like for
especially I'm assuming the only reason she was able to have access to that money was her position as an elected congresswoman.
And that's where this is the abuse of power thing.
And that's where this gets even more like, well, you really need to like make good on the time here.
Yeah.
If convicted, which I mean, the feds don't bring cases they're not going to win, right? So
yeah, that's very true. That'll be an interesting one. It's just I think mine and a bunch of people's biggest complaints with the FBI recently, or ever since Trump got elected, is that they've been focusing on a bunch of things that no one gives a crap about, and not focusing on all the things that Trump promised to go after. Like Barack Obama being accused of treason, and the Epstein files, and just a whole bunch of things that Trump said he was going to handle, and they have not been handled. And it was because he wanted those votes, and now he's not going to do anything about them.
Well, and he also knows this time too, you can make all kinds of promises because he can't run again. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but that also means he can do whatever he wants, and he doesn't have to.
It was politically expedient to make the promises,
see the true colors,
and then it quickly became politically expedient to let sleeping dogs lie.
Yeah, you'll see the true colors. I don't know, man. He's no hero, man. He's I just I know that you don't think that, but like for people that had like feverishly high hopes for this man, like I don't know, he's just been.
I had higher hopes than what we've gotten, but I voted.
I did have higher hopes, not high hopes though.
Yeah, I had higher hopes on some things, like
I saw a lot of the like libertarian community kind of like turning his way, like in the votes, and I'm not criticizing anyone for like having hope or for like, but I just don't personally. I just have seen the system as much as and him.
To be fair, if we'd had a great libertarian candidate, I wouldn't have given a crap what Trump had. Or
and like I said, I didn't vote at all because I didn't like anything.
To go a little bit deeper in that, it's a little bit carrot and stick to it, right? So Trump, he came to the Libertarian Convention where Jake and I saw him speak, and he promised to free Ross Ulbricht, and he got some really good talking points on libertarian things. And through the campaign, he hit some really good libertarian talking points. Was everything he ran on perfect? No, but the way he campaigned on this one was about as good towards libertarian as I've seen. Right. So he comes, he says, I want your vote. I want you in the coalition. In some ways, when that's the first time that really happens, where he physically approaches and it's not just like some arm distance, but he comes to your event and says, join me, let me do some stuff that you guys care about. You kind of have to, for the first time, you kind of have to say, okay, let's take a run on this, because the alternative on who's actually going to win is between you and that other person, well, at that time was still a senile old man who poops himself in front of the Pope. But it quickly became the cackling lady who, well, let's not go too far down there. Yes. But you have to then kind of say, okay, we're going to reward this. And okay, we got Ross Ulbricht out of prison, which, you know what? I don't regret that for a second.
No, that part's cool.
Because Kamala Harris was never going to do it. And you know what? We got a guy who was going to die in prison free. He's out walking around. He's living his life.
That list item is cool, but he's not a man of the same principles as us. And he was able to do one like topical, superficial thing. It's like it hasn't been one though. Twice a day.
It hasn't been one though. I mean, we got Roger Ver off of getting decades in prison.
Forgive me on the one.
We got a bunch, all the J6 protesters getting pardoned. Like there's been good stuff, especially in the pardon space.
Sure.
Yeah. And some things here
and
there.
Go back over and unpardon people that Biden pardoned or something, or it was everything that was e-signed or something like that. Like
auto pen.
There was a push to it. But then now when things start getting out of hand, like, hey, we're gonna bomb Iran and we're gonna bomb Venezuela, and we're gonna bomb these boats and just like all the other ridiculous shit, then you got to go, okay, like they haven't learned their lesson. They came to us, they told us what we wanted, they gave us a tiny bit, but then they went back on everything once again. Then you got to say, all right, well, fuck you. We don't care if it's you or the Democrats, because you're both doing the same goddamn bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just you dress it up in flowery colors and wrap yourself in red, white, and blue while they are out there, I don't know, trying to trans your kids, which is still...
They're both doing damaging things, and that's why it's a losing battle with the pendulum swing. It's like, because it's like this flavor of damage, that flavor of damage, this flavor of damage, that flavor of damage. It's like neither one are helpful to people in their rights.
But now it's like, okay, hey, we're seeing it. We saw it this year in the elections. Like, I'm in a red county, and I mean, it's hard to tell because no Democrats ran for the county-wide offices.
Yeah,
but the vote to retain the Supreme Court judges went blue here, so the Democrats in this county were celebrating the county going blue on the one question that really gives an indicator here, although it's hard on judges to say. There's it seems like across the country there was loss after loss after loss to the Republicans, because you know what? Trump pisses off everyone on the left every time he's around. Anyone who doesn't side with him just goes fucking insane because of him. And then his own base, he has split that coalition that won him the election so many different ways because of this and because of that, and going back on like the absolute problem. Right? He didn't have to run on the Epstein stuff. He chose to run on the Epstein stuff. He chose to put an FBI director who was running his mouth about the Epstein files.
Yep.
So, I mean, you do that, and then you start backtracking, you get everyone on these couple like cultural issues that are actually really important to understand what was going on here. And you're discouraging your own base, you're discouraging that coalition, you're turning away the coalition, you're discouraging your own base. And yeah, the Democrats are going to kick kick the Republicans' ass in 26 and probably 28 unless something turns around.
Yep.
But he has a chair.
Nope, he doesn't.
And it's not that different from what we've seen before with other presidents that have just like run on a thing and then been like, and I don't know. Man.
Yeah, it's every single president.
I would agree. In the modern era, at least. Like,
yeah, which begs the question. Joe Rogan, this is like his thing is, what do they do the minute that you get into office?
Mm-hmm.
Like, does it, like high-ranking folks who you've never heard of from the CIA come into your office and like basically blackmail you into doing everything that they want you to do, or like do they threaten you or whatever?
I think the joke is they show you a video of the JFK assassination from a different angle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not giving anybody, like, no president deserves a pass, and Donald Trump is just as guilty of war crimes as any of the other folks that came before him, as well as plenty of other crimes and violations of rights. So it's just been, it was decent at first, and it's just gone to absolute crap over the past few months.
It was good when Musk was involved and we had the Doge thing. Like the first 6 weeks,
but then that even
administration was.
That just
the
first 6 more.
It looked the first 6 weeks it was so full of hope. Like things were starting to move, and then like the Musk blow up happened there, and then just like everything ground to a halt and just fucking 180'd.
Yep.
Or was that all designed to implode so that there would be like a reason for it to fall apart or whatever? Like I don't know. I think most shit is just.
I think it's mostly Trump's like egotistical narcissism that
could be
that ripped it apart. But
yeah,
I agree.
I don't know. I think
all right, Joe.
At least
I am not fucking drunk.
Well, 19th through blue.
Every pretty girl deserves to go to a ball.
This is everything about it's a clam. I love it.
I gotta be honest with you, I feel like I'm a little bit too drunk to stand up.
On Wiedersehen, asshole.
I'm drunk right now.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Drunkard of the Week, part of the show where we show somebody doing or saying something that can only be explained if they're drunk, but they're not. You can nominate folks via our Discord channel by joining the Dollar Media Club over at Peaceful Sea Network, or you can just tag us on X, hashtag Drunkard of the Week, or at Liberty Libation. This week, just enjoy this idiocy.
Fossil fuels gotta get phased out. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Fossil fuels gotta get phased out. In nose.
We need to make sure that our negotiators understand that a transition to clean energy also prevents local toxic health impacts from resource extraction. We haven't even studied those health impacts. So those numbers, those health costs are not on anybody's budget table. They are treated as uncounted externalized health costs, and that is unacceptable. So transitioning to a clean energy environment will decrease air pollution, decrease water pollution, and allow our healthcare systems to continue to function appropriately to take care of not only this generation, but other generations.
I mean, are we all just fools? Make some noise if you think we should stop fossil fuel. Hey, put them up if you ready to jam, 'cause the lungs of the world are in our hands.
I'm not as thin as you drunk I am.
Like traumatic flashbacks to like a middle school pep rally with that. That was horrendous to watch for a lot of reasons.
Were all of those doctors there Mabel suckers, or are they or was it a variety?
Good question. Great. I have no idea. But the drunkards of the week this week are Canada and rapping and doctors and climate and the earth.
That's hilarious. What a list.
That was absolutely atrocious. And what's hilarious is during her little speech, she references these aren't even including the statistics that we don't know nothing about.
There was a couple of things there where
what? Like you're citing evidence that no one has actually tabulated and using it as some type of evidence for your case.
It's evidence. It's like the fucked up version of the like no evidence for is not evidence against kind of a thing, but it's like the now you're taking the side of this as if it means something. You're like, oh my God, no. And then that brings up a whole other thing, which is like, okay, if we're going to talk about the like secondary like layer to things and the cost of doing things in terms of like I don't know what their angle is, their cost on like lung health or whatever the fuck doctors.
Well, wait. This is at least the one that was brought up was Canadian, so the cost is pretty low because the second you get anything, they're just going to offer you made.
There you go. Yeah. So the what the fuck was I saying? Oh, just the cost. They were like leaning into there's costs we don't even know about without citing any actual thing about the fossil fuel thing or whatever. And that's frustrating because then there's all these very, very obscured and hidden costs to quote unquote, clean energy.
Yeah.
And if we're going to bring up one in a very vague and obscure way and not acknowledge the other, that's just so frustrating. It's infuriating to me. Like, I'm open to talking about all kinds of options or whatever, but like, we're really just like got this fucking magical rose-colored glasses thing on this fucking quote clean energy.
Dude, there's no like I've concluded at this point. There's no such thing as clean energy.
It all comes at a cost. It's different costs.
Yes.
There's a cost every single
Nothing's
time.
free. There's always trade-offs, and what you're talking about here when you're saying you don't know the cost isn't that we don't know the cost. We don't know the cost breakdown specifically to it is what they're saying.
Yeah.
Right. Because we know what the medical system costs, especially for them. It's a pub, you know what the medical system costs, what is spent on it. So the cost, you just can't say what percentage of it is this. And I mean, when you're talking about everything else that we use and are exposed to that makes up modern civilization, right? You want to talk about stopping fossil fuel production. If we stop fossil fuel production, what happens, right? It's not only that you can't drive your car, that electricity peaker plants for electricity no longer go on, so you don't have a reliable
you
grid.
Would really halt modern society, like if you
but down to the
fossil fuel
fucking plastics and the rubbers and all the polymers, the elastomers, all these things that make up modern society that need ingredients that come out of the ground through fossil fuel production, that you get those ingredients through the refinement process.
Yep.
And you stop fossil fuels. Why is anyone going to do it? Otherwise, the plastic stuff goes sky high. I mean, you just destroy pharmaceuticals. That is what anyone who advocates for eliminating fossil fuels, eliminating anything straight out like that, you are literally calling for the destruction of civilization and the death of billions.
Yep.
It really would be.
Dude, I think that people who are obsessed with this issue, climate change and clean energy, I think it is two things combined into one. I think it's a narcissism and a desperation. I think it's those two things combined, because if you think back to how long the earth has been in existence, to how long humans have been around, and to what the earth has gone through over the hundreds of thousands of years that it's been around,
at least
6,000 years.
The idea that the earth can't adapt to new things, and
the earth will be fine.
You are going to be the cause of the downfall of the earth is the most narcissistic thing you could like. I can't think of a more narcissistic thing than we as humans are going to be the downfall of the earth. What is
CO2?
What is it?
It's plant food.
Yeah, but they want to get rid of the carbon.
We breathe in oxygen. We exhale carbon dioxide. The plants breathe in carbon dioxide and exhale oxygen. Right? You put more carbon dioxide, what happens? You get more plants.
There's actually been a greening effect.
Yes.
Yeah. No, the earth is greener now than it was 20 years ago.
If you combine it with a couple of different practices to reverse desertification of places, and if you bring herds of animals trample ground and stuff, and
don't monocrop, responsibly manage ground with ungulates that eat the grass that redeposit it. There's there's proper practices that stabilize it and increase productivity of the ground.
Well, even like plastics that people say are never going to go away. There have been at least 3 different organisms now that have evolved to eat plastic.
Is it fungal organisms?
One of them's fungal. Like one of them's a little worm.
Because I knew about the fungus one.
There's some bacteria too, or something.
Yeah, some bacteria.
There was a point in time where there was nothing that could break down the carbon-based fibers of trees, and then they developed. But that's essentially what we're told is where oil comes from. Is that when giant conifer forests fell, and instead of breaking down like they rot today because there's microbes that can break them down, they just basically kind of compressed the carbon under the weight of sedimentary layers over top of it, and it turned into oil. So it's funny that we're talking about this evolutionary process or whatever. That is essentially also the process that brought us oil. That that process or whatever was why we have larger reserves of oil in certain spots and things.
Interesting, because that is not what I was taught growing up.
Well,
is that it was dinosaur poopy?
Yeah, no, dinosaur bones.
Yeah. Well, it's not.
Well,
it's how many just the volume of oil that there is. Like, why would it be animal? Like fauna.
No, I agree.
Mostly,
it's organic material, but also I don't know how much the whole forest concept, as much as the like a lot of it's ocean based, right? I mean,
it's probably a lot of like algae and shit and whatever.
Yeah, mostly that, right? Look where the biggest one is based is like you go out to West Texas where I worked for a little bit, right? The Permian Basin. That's because you had a giant sea cutting through the middle half of America from there up through like North Dakota, where you have the Bakken, whereas the second biggest oil reserves in the in the continental U.S. And it's like, you had these ocean creatures that just over time kind of collapsed, fell to the ground, got buried, and the compression and everything else just created
at certain depths too. There's similar to what I'm talking about, where at a certain time in Earth's history, before there was microbes that could break down trees on the surface level more, you still have those environments under the ocean when you have like methane pockets and crazy things. And there's very few organisms that can live in certain spots to break it down in the same way. And it can accumulate in a way that even just like small bacterial or like plankton, particles like collecting in mass over time or whatever can collect without fully breaking down their carbon-based structures, like because of the lack of an organism to be alive to break it down. It's the same concept, just for a different reason.
Yeah, I was just pointing out. Yeah, it's like where you found water is where you found it, right? So through West Texas, I mean that was all. I think fairly shallow sea through there.
Probably.
I mean, we have a lot of natural gas deposits up here in Pennsylvania through this area, and I'm guessing that's before the Appalachians formed, but
Appalachians are the oldest mountains in the world, so that would be way before them.
Oh yeah, I mean,
some people have lived up there since then too.
There's lots of stuff up here in the Appalachians that you can't explain.
That's fair.
If you think you heard something, no, you didn't.
All right, we're gonna move on to a story Nick put in the chat, so Nick can talk about it real quick. It says, breaking, the FBI has now designated my personal security and operations manager of Rift TV as a national security threat. Informed we will be detained by DHS upon re-entry.
Yeah. So
explain.
Elijah Schaefer, who is a fairly big Twitter presence, commentator on the right, on the conservative side of things. You see him on Twitter all the time. He is getting sued not by basically Kash Patel, because Kash Patel's girlfriend, who's half his age, filed a he was doxxed in it, but he was sued for defamation, for slander. I guess technically in this case it would be libel.
Yeah,
where he quote tweeted something. I don't know if you can have the original tweet up, but he didn't even say anything in it. He just basically quote tweeted something that was talking about, that basically kind of referenced Israel or something, and quote tweeted it with the picture of him and her, and basically inferred that she's an Israeli honeypot.
Yeah.
Because I mean he's twice her age, basically. She works for, well, you know, she's a quote unquote country singer that I don't know if anyone knows her music. I heard a little bit of it and it's like kind of really cringy stuff. I mean, like she tries to go along the like, oh, I'm gonna do like American music and you know, just like every annoying stereotypical sort of thing like you could do along those lines.
Like the Bo Burnham song, Pandering.
Yeah, so that's basically what's going on there. And then
wait, hang on. Here's her music.
Wait. You're gonna get a strike filed against you because apparently Candace Owens got a strike filed against her.
For playing this dumb chick's dumb music?
Yeah, for playing this. I mean, do it. I mean, what the hell, right? We can then claim victim.
Dadgum.
Play like 10 seconds, but apparently Candace got a strike.
We're gonna play 6 seconds.
I was gonna say, I think it's.
We're going to pick a random 6 seconds when she's on the screen. Oh, Trump's in the video. Here we go.
Not locking your door when people did the right thing with no one around.
Goodness gracious.
That's rough.
It's not good, right?
Does Jeffrey Epstein make an appearance on that song? Or?
He was a producer, actually.
Anyway, Elijah Schaefer, without saying anything, because he just quote tweeted with a picture, claims that she's basically an Israeli honeypot because outside of country music, she works for PragerU, or as she claims, does work for PragerU. Right. And the CEO of PragerU right now, PragerU is basically a YouTube channel that parrots like neocon talking points.
Dennis Prager, he's a Christian conservative guy here, and he can be very smart, but he's also.
I thought it was a university for pregnant people, PragerU.
Yeah. So, but you know, Dennis Prager is not in the best of health right now. He's fairly old. He's not in great health. And the current CEO of PragerU used to be Israeli. It used to be IDF Unit 8200, which, if you're not familiar, is kind of the PSYOP intelligence division of the IDF.
This feels like the one CAA always. It feels like this applies to this, so I don't feel like you can get out of that. Yeah.
So you know, the whole thing here is, you know, is the accusation that hey, she's working for she's dating cross-eyed Indian guy who somehow became director of the FBI, and she's an attractive, I think 26-year-old.
Yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah, and I think she's 26.
Despite her voice.
Yeah, and so you know, the accusation going around is honeypot, and so Elijah Schaefer threw that out there basically without saying it, and she didn't sue him, but I forget how it breaks down, but like people associated with something Kash Patel is sued for defamation, basically
for $5 million.
Yeah, so basically, everything that I'm seeing on this
how much
is
the FEMA embezzlement scam was about. This number has been coming up a couple of times here.
So, like I saw, you know, Viva Fry.
No,
he's basically he's another commentator. He's been on Tom Woods and some other stuff, but he ran on. Let me see if I can pull this up here. But he basically threw out here how dumb this is for many reasons. But the other thing is that this is going to open the private communication between Kash Patel and her to discovery. Because, hey, you're a honeypot. You know, you're saying that I said you're a honeypot, and you've got to somehow prove that. You know, I have to prove that you're not. So, you're going to. Let me see if I can find the tweet here real quick and read it.
Might have been better to not maybe.
Yeah, if they're gonna have to release private documents now, like, come on.
Like everything I saw on this was that, you know, people saying this is really, really fucking stupid for Kash Patel's people to go ahead and do this.
Yeah, it's on theme for him though.
I was gonna say on brand, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
Let's see here.
Dude, I like that I have a hood that can go over my headphones. This is great.
That's kind of cool, actually. Yeah.
This is a great dude. I got this thing in Peru. It's the warmest. It's the warmest sweater I've ever owned. It's amazing.
If it's made in Peru, I feel like they know how to do it. Yeah. It gets cold, man, in the Andes.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Great. Yeah. Well, while Nick finds that tweet, we're just going to sit here in silence.
Oh, yeah. That's my favorite. Yeah.
Maybe it was Barnes who said it. Robert Barnes versus Viva Fry.
Nick, you just ruined our silence, man.
Yeah. What are you doing? Anytime I hear alpaca, I can't.
Alden, you ruined the silence.
I can't not think of the Emperor's New Groove.
Dude, every time I mention alpaca, Nick, that's one of Nikki's favorite movies.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
It's so good. I didn't watch that as much growing up.
I saw that in theaters when I was like, I don't know,
Really?
what the fuck year did that come out? I was like 9 or some shit. I have no idea.
That's
what
neat.
year that was.
I saw Aladdin in theater.
I did too. I barely remember that one.
Yeah.
What? What you talking about? Movies you saw in theaters from back in the day?
Yeah,
I remember.
Lion King, I saw. Yeah,
I saw Lion King in theaters because the only thing I know about it is that I was bouncing around on the theater seats and I tracked the tooth or something. Like that's the story apparently. So.
Oh man.
Well, okay, then.
Regardless, so you have Kash Patel's people basically suing because his girlfriend, and you've got Kash Patel taking private planes from this place out to Nashville, up to I guess Penn State and some other places, because she's performing and like flying around because of her, and like on the FBI's private jet, and now suing over this. And the claim is, Elijah Schaffer saying, "Hey, I was doxxed. I had to put my family in hiding. Me and my one other guy. There was a whole tweet thread on it. Basically, went down to El Salvador to hang out for a little while and found out, hey, we're on a DHS watch list. If we try to come back, that we're getting detained.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Which is just like secret police level shit. Now, in this, to be completely transparent on it, I caught a clip today where Elijah Schaffer was being asked, and so why did you go down to El Salvador? And he's like, he was like, well, I do stuff that supports the government of El Salvador. Like he basically kind of said that he was kind of acting as a foreign agent for El Salvador.
Interesting.
On there, which is a completely different issue, but something that probably could come back to bite him in the ass a little bit.
Yeah.
That he's not registered as a foreign agent, and he's saying, I have, connections with the El Salvador government, and I put out stuff.
But like, so does Jack Mauler. Like,
if you're getting paid to do it, if you're just doing it because, hey, we're friends and we like this thing, is one thing. If you're like getting paid to go put out it, that's a little bit different under the law, I believe. Especially if you lobby, although I don't think he's lobbying. But regardless, he's in El Salvador. I think he's still in El Salvador. Him and his producer or whatever are went down to El Salvador, and I guess they're hanging out there while this is going on. But yeah, basically, like Kash Patel's seems to be using the his connections here instead of going after the Epstein stuff and everything he said, to go after some right-wing Twitter account that basically
some guy who called his girlfriend a honeypot
for Israel. Yeah,
like,
and when
so stupid.
And I didn't know until a day or two ago that you were using this story, because I was going to order a honeypot on Amazon to hold up during this segment.
Like a Winnie the Pooh classic looking.
Yes. That would have been so good.
I just didn't know if we were going to roll with this segment or not. So I didn't.
I think the most enlightening thing of all this is finding out that if you are on the no-fly list or suspected to be some type of foreign agent or threat, they put SSSS on your ticket, which
what is
seems not great.
That's anytime. So that comes up randomly too. Sometimes.
It does?
Yeah. So you can randomly get that printed. Then you have to go through extra screening. which is like, why would you do something that like only took a little bit of time for people to realize and put out on the internet is how you're demarcating that someone needs extra screening.
Right? That seems super stupid.
All this honeypot talk has me. I have one very, very, very side comment that I was kind of waiting for the wrap up here. I bought a TV last week. I haven't bought a TV in like 15 years. I've had the same old crappy TV for the longest time. So I've joined the century. Why is it that the fucking I've never seen a honey dipper thing so many times in this week alone, more times than the rest of my life? Like, why is that footage of the honey coming off the little honey dipper like the thing to do to on displayed TVs? Like everywhere.
I don't know what
never seen this.
Honey dipper. Like
I've never seen this.
Is this a photo? Is this a photo? That,
no, it's like on all the display TVs. It's like a parakeet and then a whatever, something colorful, and then like a tropical island, and then a fucking honey dipper with a black background. Like all week, I've just been like,
never seen
why
it.
The honey dipper, like never mind. Anyway,
I've never seen this.
I will say, I feel like my mind has been melted by this TV. Where I'm like, what the fuck was I doing? I don't go
buying TVs too often. I mean,
like I said, 15 years. That's not too often either. Like I waited a long time.
The TV that I'm using as a monitor while we record this, I bought in 2010 for going to college. I mean, it's a small TV.
Yeah, that's about when I got my hand-me-down TV from my grandma.
There's one in my bedroom that is from, what was it, when I moved to Texas in 2019.
All right. That was probably the last time we bought a TV too.
And then there's one in the living room that I bought last year whenever I moved in here.
So I've never seen a honeycomb or a honey spoon.
It's like maybe it's like the thing this year that they do. I don't know. Costco was just like I was in there and it was like honey dippers like just everywhere. Like,
and I guess I did buy a cheap TV for the basement also, but last year
ours is. Yeah.
I think it was a $200 like 40-inch TV for the basement.
Yeah, you can get TVs so cheap now. It's crazy.
It's insane. The TV that I had that was a 7 million pound giant brick that was like
I saw
all the blacks were like blue. It was the same one that I had in college. Like it was I didn't bring ours. We had yours in college, right?
We had mine in college.
Okay, yeah. I had it in my old townhome, but it was terrible. But I mean, honestly, moving it was like I felt like moving a truck. It was insane.
You had to have at least two people.
Like 3 times as much as this TV at the time. It's crazy. Yeah. It's one of the few things that's gotten cheaper over the years.
TVs have gotten cheaper.
Yeah.
Like I said,
when are phones going to catch up to that?
Well, mine was free. So like you just have to be okay with getting a small little old dumb phone and then it's fine. But
like I said last week, I'm considering getting some dumb phones.
Regardless,
all right,
TVs
y'all.
are cheap. Let's do it.
We're going to move on.
I need a beer. I'll be right back.
Okay, so since Jake's hosting, you're cutting in and out on the audio with that.
Oh, you were cutting in and out on the audio.
Well, I can hear you now. Whatever you said before, though, I don't know. But I just know when you do trivia, when Zane does trivia, it's stuff I can get. When it's you kind of go with topics I don't know sometimes.
Well, I go with the same topic every time, which is this day in history, so that I don't have to think of 3 topics. And then there's a topic for later on in the episode. It's NFL versus college football.
Yep, I saw that on the list.
The last one is Thanksgiving.
I saw that on the list. The NFL versus college football is a discussion point later.
Yep.
And I figured that was going to play into the trivia.
All right, now, 3 rounds. Round 1, 2, and 3, 8, 6, and 4 questions. 1, 2, and 3 points each.
I missed the rules.
Contestants on the screen present their answers to me, and the audience, their first answer is their answer. The winner is no longer a loser. Round 1.
I still feel like a loser.
Well, it's because you haven't won.
Oh, that's why. Yeah.
All right. Question number 1. On this day in 1945, which infamous trials began?
Oh, wait. Where's my...
On this day in 1945, which infamous trials began? 5 seconds. All right. Let's see him.
Is there I don't know if there's an umlaut or not, but the Nuremberg trials.
Nuremberg.
Nuremberg.
And audience has yet to submit a guess. If they get one here in the next few seconds, I'll count it. But it is the Nuremberg trials. Alden, I'm giving you the point, even though you misspelled it
terribly. Yeah.
Libation Nation with 0. It's a good start for y'all. All right.
And I studied German for 3 years, and I don't know how to spell that. So
I studied German for 3 weeks.
I studied it on Duolingo for a bit.
You probably remember as much as I do.
Entschuldigen Sie, ich verstehe nur ein bisschen Deutsch.
Excuse me, but I speak butthole German.
I speak a little bit of German, yeah.
I
question number 2. On this day in 1820, the whaling ship Essex from Nantucket was sunk by an 80-ton whale. What kind of whale was it? Five seconds. All right, Alden.
The story that inspired Moby Dick, the jizz whale. I mean, the sperm whale.
Yeah. Nick?
I said a blue whale.
Oh.
It is a sperm whale.
Sperm whales are that big?
They're that big.
This one was.
Yeah.
It's the blue whale's the biggest. When you said 80 tons, I was going with biggest.
I know that's fair. That was the only other option.
Blue whales are like 80 feet long, which is like even bigger. But
yeah. Question number 3. On this day in 1866, Pierre Lallement patents which mode of transportation still in use today? He was a Frenchman, but he patented it in the United States.
The e-bike, right?
After he moved over here. On this day in 1866, Pierre Lallement patents which mode of transportation still in use today?
So he was a Frenchie, but he patented it in the U.S.?
He moved to the U.S. and then patented it here.
Why are we letting Frenchies move to the U.S.?
Good question. Alden.
Bicycle?
Nick.
I says bicycle too.
It is the bicycle. Good job, y'all. Bravo. Bravo. I was not expecting y'all to get that one.
Well, trains weren't really patentable by a French person, and this was before aircraft. And so we were kind of left with what's beyond that.
We don't need to do deductive reasoning here. Question number 4.
But that's only used in Portland. So.
On this day in 1982, the marching band entered the field of a college football game prior to the final whistle, resulting in mayhem and a touchdown. Who were the teams?
Oh, God.
This is an extremely famous
I know
story.
of it, yeah.
Yeah. On this day in 1982, the marching band entered the field of a college football game prior to the final whistle, resulting in mayhem and a touchdown. Who were the teams? And they won on this touchdown.
That was the thing, is that it was like, was it the other team? Was it a premature celebration?
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah, it was the home team prematurely started celebrating and they lost.
And then it was not over and then lost. Yeah, I at least know of this, but
the best is watching the kick returner deck 2 band people.
That's hilarious because they were on the field. Like,
yeah. All right, Alden, what do you got?
I'm just 2 names.
You get half a point per team.
It's Notre Dame and Duke. I have no idea.
All right, Nick.
Yeah, you're asking the question. I'm saying Texas A&M and Texas.
It is not any of those. It is Cal beating Stanford.
I never would have got that.
Yeah. Very famous.
I know of it, but like I said, I don't have a reference for the
Dude,
team.
it's such a funny clip. And you just hear the announcer go, and the Browns on the field.
Yeah.
1982 is 10 years before I was born, so...
That's fair. Question number 5. On this day in 2003, who is charged with the murder of actress Lana Clarkson?
What the fuck's a Lana Clarkson?
I don't know about this.
You're never going to know who Lana Clarkson is.
Oh.
But you should know that this person was accused of this. You'll know the name once you hear the name. I'm Trying to think of a good.
Yeah, I'm.
All right. The hint.
To know this.
One. This guy's dead.
Okay.
And he was a music producer.
Oh shit.
On this day in 2003, who was charged with the murder of actress Lana Clarkson?
Music producer.
All right, Nick, what do you got?
I'm just gonna go with original thought.
Music producer. Dude, I don't know. Suge Knight? I have no idea.
Suge Knight.
That was my thought when he said music producer, but Suge Knight.
The answer is Phil Spector.
I know the name, but I have no. It's like it's just a name bouncing around in my head.
So
yeah, that's funny. That's what I said. Even though I knew
Suge Knight's still alive. Last I checked, in prison.
That's funny.
That's fair. All right, question 6. On this day in 1910, the Mexican Revolution was launched by whom?
So not the Mexicans?
What? Which person? Which person led the Mexicans?
I was like a side, I don't know. I should have just said the Mexicans, and you'd be like, well, you're not
It's
wrong.
the Atlanteans. All right, Nick, what do you got?
Pancho de Villa.
Pancho de Villa. Alden, what do you got?
I'm going a little different. I'm going Don Quixote.
The answer is Francisco Madero.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
That's what I meant.
Question number 7. On this day in 1917, for the first time ever, what game-changing weapon was used effectively by the British at the Battle of Cambrai?
A weapon?
Yes. It's a loose term. It's it's a loose term.
That's why I went back to that word.
Good job.
Where was the Battle of Cambrai?
Great
At
question.
your mom's house.
Battle
Was
of
it Cambrai?
Cambrai was
it in
in
Cambrai?
The British in 1917. I mean, in World War One. Besides in France, they were down in Turkey. Like,
I'm looking it up. Just give me a freaking second. It's in France.
Cambrai?
It's in France.
Cambro.
here's what happens in France.
You're just really hating on the French today.
I always hate the French.
All right, Alden, what do you got?
I'm gonna say a plane.
Okay, Nick, what do you got?
I'm saying a tank.
The answer is tanks.
God damn it! What year was the whole Wright brothers thing?
About that time, like 1912, somewhere around.
I thought it was. I was like, did they
Yeah, it
use
was-
like some crude plane in this time?
Planes existed. Like, they developed
Yeah.
to some extent by that
Yeah.
point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not a total idiot, I guess.
Well, let's not go that far.
Well, this one thing isn't evidence of my being a total idiot.
There we
Right.
go.
Right.
Okay. Question number 8. On this day, 1910, which author known for War and Peace and Anna Karenina died?
Oh, fuck.
And you must get his first name correct.
Ugh.
Seriously, we want the first names on this?
Yes. Actually, I'll give half a point for each name. First name and last name.
Okay.
All right, Nick, what do you got?
Fyodor Dostoevsky.
All right, Alden.
I
what do you
said
got?
Russian guy.
Well, sadly, you're both wrong. It is Leo Tolstoy.
Tolstoy. Is he not Russian?
He is Russian.
Well, I was right then. Russian guy.
Oh, my bad.
Dostoevsky,
My bad.
Tolstoy.
Yeah.
One Russian's the same as the next one.
Yeah.
All right. After one round,
I was
Alden and Nick
thinking-
have 3, and Libation Nation has 0.
I was trying to think of.
Are they answering besides Zach?
No, they're not.
Jake, do you
Libation
know that,
Nation, you got to step up the game.
I know.
Do you know the Seinfeld episode where they talk about War and Peace or whatever? And
Yeah.
the joke. Of,
War. What is it good
what is
for?
it good for? Yeah. And the guy freaks out. He's like, "No, this was not true." Like, anyway, that's what I was trying to like summon in my mind as like the name through those conversations, and it did not work apparently.
All right. Round
NFL.
2. NFL versus CFB, which is college football for those who
It's
don't know.
Cockfart Brothers.
Sure. Based upon seating capacity, how many spots can the NFL claim in the top 10 of the largest stadiums in the United States?
That's interesting. I have no idea.
Based upon seating capacity, how many spots can the NFL claim in the top 10 of the largest stadiums in the United States?
That's not a simple question to think of.
So I should guess a number more than 10, right?
Sure, yeah. If you guess 12, you'll definitely get it right.
Yeah. I'm guaranteed to win, right?
All right, 5 seconds.
I'm good. I have no idea. This isn't. I do want to know this though. This is like.
All right, Nick.
I'm going with 3.
I was close. I said 4. I was like right in the same range.
Well, I think with this one, no, closest gets it. So
yeah,
it's 0.
I wondered. Damn it. I thought this was a trick question because of the setup of it. I had wondered. I should have just put 1, which was like my first guess, but
that's fair. It's
so
all college football. Over 100.
That's what
over 100,000 people in each one.
Because I'm thinking the big house. You know,
there's. I mean, the goddamn
Beaver
bowl games. There's
stadium like
huge for the bowl games. Like,
I'm thinking, yeah.
Yep.
I'm
all right. Here they are. It's Michigan Stadium, Big House, Beaver Stadium, Ohio Stadium, Kyle Field, Texas A&M, baby.
Nice.
And yeah, it drops below 100K with Georgia. But
the Rose Bowl, I know.
Other than that,
I knew most NFL stadiums are going like 60 to 70.
Yeah, the largest NFL one is 86,000.
Which team is that?
I forget. All right, question number 2. College football was obviously created before professional. How many years lays between the founding of the 2 levels of the game?
Are you saying like when the NCAA was formed, or what's the
how
founding
many
of college
years
football?
lay between the formation of college football and the formation of professional football?
Formation of the college and the formation of NFL.
Correct. And you get a bonus point for naming the year. You get a bonus point for each of the years if you name them properly. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nick, what do you got?
I'm thinking it's about 46 years and somewhere around 1892.
Do you want to guess when the professional football was? Oh, you're saying
yeah, professional football. Like I know the Steelers were like 1932, 33-ish.
Okay.
So professional football would be somewhere in the late 20s, late 20s-ish.
So if we're putting a date, are we guessing the date of NFL or college?
You have to get the date perfect. You're guessing the date of both. So when was
both sides? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. But those are just bonus points. So
okay.
So yeah, I just want the gap between the two. So Alden, go for it.
Okay. So 21 years was mine, and then I put 1910 to 31.
Okay. Nick gets it correct. It's 51 years, 1869 to 1920, when the APFA was formed.
That's older than I thought. That's actually crazy.
Yeah. 2 years later, the APFA became the NFL.
Wow.
Okay. I was at least in the range on the years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you were in the range.
Ain't bad.
I was going to say, like, when fossil fuels were, like, forming, like millions of years ago, and then I was like, that's probably not it, so let me try another one.
Question 3. During the regular season, how many more unique viewers does the NFL get for an entire season than the SEC alone in college football?
Does this include the Super Bowl?
No. Regular season.
Regular season. Okay.
During the regular season, how many more unique viewers does the NFL get for an entire season?
What does that mean? What is unique viewers? I don't know what that means.
That means if one person watches every single NFL game, that's one unique viewer.
Oh, okay. So, like, a viewer of all the games, not, like, per event. Like,
correct.
They don't count as, 18 or 17 or whatever per game. Okay.
Correct. Yeah. And this is very similar to the last question. If you get the how many more, you can also get bonus points for guessing either like the how much the SEC gets and how much the NFL gets.
I have no number on that to think of.
All right, Nick, what do you got?
I'm saying 12 million.
All right, Alden, what do you got?
I'm like, I changed my answer like 3 times. I'm saying 19 million. I don't know.
Because you only have to watch one SEC game to get counted in this technically.
It's true. It's 90 million.
Wow.
Ooh.
And it's 100 million people watch the entire SEC season and 190 watch the NFL.
That is wild.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of
I
people.
did not think it was 90 million difference.
But that's just the SEC. So that's not all of college football. And that SEC only has 16 teams. So
I changed my answer, and I was going to go with something crazy like 100 million or something. I was like, that's ridiculous. And that number was closer. That was
But when you're talking about college football, the 2 conferences people are watching are the SEC and the Big Ten.
People love the Big 12 too. But yeah, those
There's
are
like
great.
no one left in the Big 12.
There's folks left. OU's left.
I changed my
There's
answer.
people left. I think West Virginia is still in the Big 12, but like
that's
I
fair.
changed my answer to a lower number because I thought there were areas of the country that would probably have college level local representation more than national teams because there's so much fewer national teams than like college teams. But that number really surprised me. That was more than I thought.
I mean, college game day last week went to the ACC here in Pittsburgh for the Pitt Notre Dame matchup.
Yep, and Pitt got smoked. All right. What college currently has the most former NFL players or most former players currently on NFL teams? What college currently has the most former players currently on NFL teams?
Currently.
And a bonus point if you get the number correct.
Oh, shit. Wow.
Jeez. Lots of bonus opportunities in this round.
There's 2 schools that popped to mind.
Alden, you have 5 seconds.
I'm just going to throw just like a rando number out.
All right, Nick, what do you got?
Ohio State with 138.
All right.
I said Ohio State also, but I said a much lower number. I said 42.
Well, nobody's correct. It is Alabama.
Damn it, that was my
62.
fucking
second choice.
Fuck.
I said there were 2 schools. I was between Ohio State and Alabama.
Me too. Nick, that's crazy. Okay,
makes
so
sense.
at least I guess I have a sense of because like when we do fantasy football, we hear a lot about like I'm not as into college ball, but I get into like when college players ascend to the level of NFL player.
Yeah.
That's when I'm paying the most attention anyway. And I've heard Ohio State and Alabama, I think, more than any other name.
Yep.
So those 2 fucking teams, and of course I didn't go for it. But damn.
All right, y'all. Next question.
All right.
Working from a Grok search for this one. Name 4 of the top 10 most disastrous player transitions from college to the pros. And
In terms of like
the criteria they used were the amount of hype and like general belief that this person was going to be incredible
of
in the
all
pros.
time.
Yeah. Just name four of the top 10. There are definitely 2 that y'all should know. Definitely.
Was one of them at Texas A&M?
No comment on that one.
You know who I'm thinking of?
Obviously.
Shit, I need a 4th.
This is a hard one to do quickly.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll give y'all 20 more seconds.
What's the name of fucking like I can't even think of the names of people right now. This is hard. What's the name of the guy, the fucking Tennessee quarterback today? Like that sucks. Like I can't even think of his fucking name right now. Like
yeah, that's fair. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You get half a point for each one you get correct. Nick, what do you got?
I got Terrell Pryor, Johnny Football, Tim Tebow, and Kenny Pickett.
All right. Alden, what do you got?
I put Tebow also. That's funny. And then I put Tennessee quarterback because I can't think of his goddamn name. It's Cam something or whatever. And then Le'Veon Bell because he just burned me so bad one year.
Gosh,
But
Le'Veon Bell should be on the list. He is not.
he had like
You both got 1. Nick got 2.
uh-huh.
The top 10 are Jamarcus Russell, Ryan Leaf, Tony Mandarich, Brian Bosworth, Achilles Smith, Charles Rogers, Lawrence Phillips, Tim Tebow, Johnny Manziel, and Justin Blackman.
I'm really surprised that the Terrell
Justin
Pryor
Blackman's
wasn't on
another
there.
one. I was in Florida for that. I remember that, and that did not work.
Yeah.
Terrell Pryor came to mind because I played against him in high school in the playoffs one year.
Really?
And he smoked our asses. Like he
Oh.
he was a fucking freak in high school. And his running back also. We played them, I think, what was it, in the district semifinals? And like, my God. I mean, I had a tackle on Terrell Pryor and I got a picture of it hanging up.
Nice.
But like that
Cool.
dude, I mean, besides the whole like scandal that ran him out of Ohio State, I guess he didn't make this because like nobody expected him to be good as a quarterback in the NFL, and everyone told him to go wide receiver, and he wouldn't.
That's fair. All right, John. I have 10 minutes to get out of here, so we got to move. Question number 6: how many NFL teams share a city with a Big 5 SEC, ACC, Big 12, Big 10, Pac-12 conference college football team? How many NFL teams share a city, not a stadium? They can share the stadium, but it's not necessarily.
Okay.
Yeah. How many NFL teams share a city with a Big 5 conference college football team? Closest gets it. No bonus points for this one. It would take a very long time. Ten seconds. All right. Nick, what do you got?
Oh, 24.
All right. Alden, what do you got?
I got. Oh wait, how many? Oh my God, I was listing team names. Jesus.
Oh, how many?
I'll just say a name. 9. I don't know.
It is 9.
Wow! Holy crap! I was like trying to write down a bunch of names. I was like, 10 seconds. Like,
I was trying to run it through my head, and it just wasn't.
It's New York City, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Miami, New Orleans, Los Angeles, Dallas, and Houston.
I got some of the. I was only halfway through listing my names, but I got some of them. But okay.
It and the Steelers share a fucking training facility.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah.
Round 3. After the end of round 2, Nick has 8, Alden has 7.5, and Libation Nation is not coming in tonight, so they got a big fat goose egg. So it's basically between the two guys on screen right now.
Man.
Round 3, giving thanks. Question number 1: in what year do most historians say the first Thanksgiving took place? Goodness gracious, Jake. Closest gets it. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nick.
1604.
I was
all right.
Pretty close. I said 1594. I was just on the other side, basically.
Nick gets it with 1621.
Damn it. What are you doing?
What do you
do? It was
do?
closer initially. I said 1610, and then I'm like, yeah, maybe it was a little sooner.
Question number 2.
Went down the ladder also.
The first Thanksgiving was celebrating a successful harvest and was attended by the Pilgrims and what Indian tribe? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nick.
It says the Wampanoag.
Alden.
I went too inland, I think. I said Ojibwe. I don't think that's right.
Audience says Washington Football Tribe.
Oh God, the Redskins.
The Washington Tribe of Football, technically. WTF.
That's so good. It is the Wampanoag.
Nice.
Bravo. All right. Question number 3. Sarah Josepha Hale campaigned for 36 years to make Thanksgiving a national holiday, ultimately succeeding. What children's song is she most known for?
As a full aside? What?
Yeah, no, just a random question.
Children's song.
Yeah. It has nothing to do with Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Not one thing.
Do we... Okay. What? A children's song? I don't know fucking children's songs.
Yes, you do.
This is a fairly well-known one.
3, 2, 1. Nick, what do you got?
I says Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
That was...
Very good guess.
That crossed my mind. I ended up saying London Bridge, and I'm like, that's very not America. But
I was also considering the Itsy Bitsy Spider, but
well,
that says what I said.
It's Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Fuck!
All right, question number 4, final question. The Wampanoag were not invited to the first Thanksgiving, instead showing up after hearing celebratory gunfire. But they ended up bringing most of the food, including 5 of what animal? Here's a hint. It's not turkey.
Oh, yeah. I feel like that's the only thing I did guess, actually.
Awkward silence.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, the
5,
music's going.
4, 3, 2, 1. Nick.
I says deer.
Alden.
I said fish, which not a specific fish because I don't know, but
it is deer.
Damn it. I was like 5 fish is not a lot of fish unless it's sturgeon, but what do you do?
So, final tally. Nick rounds it out with 17. Alden has 7.5, which means Nick is our trivia winner.
Even if I got that right, we'd have tied and I'd have lost. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because I was
all right, y'all.
Fish or deer.
We're gonna talk quickly, or we're gonna watch a quick video. Real quick on college football.
On condom safety.
Let's see. Hang on a second.
How to put a condom on a dead deer.
All right. So these are 2 Aussies talking about their experience. Hang on. Let me
like the dog?
Their experience. Yeah, 2 Aussies. Yeah, that's correct. Talking about their experience going to a college football game for the first time.
Opinion of our first college American football game. Shauna, tell us.
It was like nothing I have ever seen in my whole entire life. This atmosphere was absolutely crazy.
The energy was off of the charts. I mean, I've been to a rugby game, a soccer game, and I've never experienced energy like that. It was overwhelming. We got so into it. Last night when we got back, both of our throats were hurting because we were shouting so much.
My throat still hurts now.
We had a lovely couple in front of us that taught us all the chants. Not that we remember them now, but my goodness, I did not realize that college American football would be that much of a riot. And when I say riot, I mean the funnest, most amazing riot in the world. It was electric.
We also want to know if NFL is as electric as that. Are the crowds in the NFL games as big as that and as not rowdy, but loud and excited as that?
What an experience, though.
All right, so that's why I have this topic. Is that final question of, look, I've for years, basically my entire life, I have maintained that college football is far superior to pro football. for so many reasons, but one being each team is a conglomeration of everybody who either went to that school or has roots in that town.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean,
or to some extent, state.
What's that?
Or to some extent, state when you're talking about states that don't have a pro team.
That's true.
Yeah. Right. I mean, you talk about like Alabama and it's everyone in Alabama.
Yeah. I mean, no.
It's good if you're an Auburn fan, but those are few and far between compared to Bama fans.
Yeah. Yeah. But I until recently, I feel like college football has been a very pure sport. Once they messed it up with this paying players stuff, it's driving me crazy, but we won't get into that. But I don't know. Alden, I know you don't watch as much college football, but like, what are your thoughts on pro versus college?
I mean, I don't watch as much college, but I honestly have been like, my interest in the NFL has been diminishing over the years, and I question the integrity of a lot of things, and I don't care for a lot of the rule changes, and I suspect there's some fucking rigging going on, and like, there's just a lot of fuckery with the NFL, and because what's interesting is there's so much money in it and so many eyes on it, and the Vegas odds and the viewership, and as soon as something gets that popular, and it's not even ruled a sport, it's deemed entertainment, and they literally can rig it if they want, and I'm like, I just don't trust it, and I honestly, I just don't give a shit anymore. And so like, if anything, I would probably start to lean toward college at this point, because I've been just really kind of falling off of the NFL more over the years. That's just my little side rant on that, but
nice. Nick, what are your thoughts?
Well, as the only one here who's actually played in the NCAA, it was.
You never asked. You don't know.
It's still the NCAA. So I do have a little bit of an insider perspective on the thing.
Fair.
What I do see, I grew up here in Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh, we, the Steelers are the team. There's Penn State fans around here because there's people that a lot of people go to Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
But also, if you're not, there's a lot of people that go to Pitt, and you got a lot of Pitt fans that come out of it as well. So, and maybe not a lot because Pitt doesn't really show out because they don't have a stadium on campus anymore. They share Heinz Field. It only packs out on big games. But so because of that, I've always leaned NFL. I still make time to sit down and watch the Steelers every week. As far as paying attention to college, if it's on, like, I've been going hunting and I'm at my parents' house a lot. Going home after that, my dad's sitting there watching college football. I end up watching college football. So it feels like I've been watching more and more of it. To some extent, it's more pure. In college, in the NFL, you condense down 100+ teams in Division One, plus that's Division One, all of Division One, FBS or FCS, or however it is. You got all of Division One, and then occasionally you got D2, D3 players sneaking in there, and you kind of got condensing all those teams down to the best 50 whatever man roster in the NFL. So it's kind of a different level of it. Yeah, professional, they're entertaining. I get that. But I do believe there's still a higher caliber.
Yeah, I mean, professional football has better players because all the players are condensed into a smaller group.
But I think there's I think there's a lot more tradition, especially when you're talking about the real big college teams. There's a lot of traditions that kind of from the outside also look odd. Like, how the fuck did that tradition happen? How the fuck did down to the mascots? Like, why Alabama Crimson Tide? Why do they use an elephant? What the fuck is a Nittany lion?
Yeah. No, these are good things to look into. Like, what's a Tar Heel?
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of.
Have you seen the Browns mascot when they tried to revive the fucking elf thing? Like, that was weird. Like, that was
so. It's the fact that like college football comes with all these weird little quirks.
Yeah,
I mean, like, you can even look down the levels, right? Because before you had these clear divisions, like there was not really a difference even between high school and college. My high school, I believe they played Pitt back in like the early 1900s or something.
Jeez.
Like because they were like one of the first college games or something, because like the high school had a team and Pitt had a team and they're in the same city, so you might as well like play each other.
It's like co-practice, but more violent. Like
my college team, one of the claims to fame is that they beat Newt Rockney's Fighting Irish one year.
Nice.
And we're a Division III team now. So you had less of a division back then, and I get what you're saying about like the purity of it and not paying players, but also like when the schools are making billions of dollars on it.
We can get into the pay of the players in another episode, because there is an appropriate way to do it. The way they're doing it now is not correct.
I can agree with that. I'm saying, they create value there and they bring in a boatload of fucking money to these schools. And
it was name, image, and likeness, and then it just became let's pay this player.
Yeah,
that's basically what it is. So all good arguments. Like, look, I used to watch the NFL religiously, watch the Cowboys. I feel like there are still NFL teams where people are absurdly passionate, like a large number of people. Like Green Bay, I think, has like as many passionate fans as like Texas A&M does.
Jesus,
and
like
have Oakland
Steelers in terms of away games in the NFL for years. They've had the highest ratio of turnout.
Yeah, although part of that is because when the Steelers were good in the 70s, when the steel industry collapsed and everyone left the city.
That's
so
fair.
You kind of got families elsewhere that show up,
and it helps to have a team that had a history of being good and gaining player, because they had a dynasty in the past, like, so that helps.
Yes, you did.
And now we've got a team that is mediocre.
Yeah, they're mediocre. But when I will say this, when I was growing up, I was like in middle school, high school. They went through. I mean, I saw even in college. I saw like a Super Bowl. They were in the Super Bowl with Green Bay, like when I was in college. And that was the chapter of my life where I was like the most into football. And it was cool to have a team that you followed, that you liked. My dad was a Steelers fan. I joke and say it was my religion, that I had no choice in the matter. And it is cool to be involved on that level and be emotionally attached to a team instead of just watching and be like, that was a good play, but be like, like really fucking into it. But I watched too many people lose their fucking minds and get in fist fights over a person wearing a jersey in another color that, like, I was like, literally that guy could get traded tomorrow to your team. And like, it just feels silly. And this was part of my like breaking down layers of things and like, Republican and Democrat and like fucking the Jets or fucking Miami and like, who cares? And like, I have fallen off of it at this point, but there was a magical era when I was still involved, where the passion was real, and I literally broke my ceiling fan because I jumped up in the Cardinals Super Bowl with the Steelers, and I put my hand up, and we had 8-foot ceilings, and I was almost 8 foot tall, and my ceiling fan, the blade broke off of my arm and shot and stuck in the wall across the room. Like, it was crazy. It was a wild time. That was a crazy Super Bowl. But I don't give a shit in the same way anymore, but I recognize the magic. I just wanted to kind of remove myself from both the highs and the lows of it, you know what I mean? Like, weird choice. But
the Steelers have been mediocre for so long that passion's not there, and I sit there watching like, all right, how are they going to blow this game?
They've been like a 500 team, like not good, not bad enough to get a good pick, but not good enough to be exciting. Like, it's been very frustrating for the past.
I have been on the fire Tomlin train for a decade.
Yeah, you go eat your own turds.
All right, on that note, we're going to move on to the end of the show. We're going to watch some funny videos and get out of here because I got to get.
See, this is why I don't watch football anymore, because it makes me say eat your own turds. And I'm like, I don't mean
eat your own turds, Nick. All right, first funny video.
Is that a pug?
This guy's dog is broken.
Jackson, seriously, right now? It's Sunday morning. Okay, fine. But Jackson.
What is that?
My cat loves butt smacks. That's funny.
All right. You've heard of martial arts before. Mm-hmm. Now witness partial arts.
Oh, no.
Just flip the fucking chair.
No. Oh, my God.
That's not even a fair fight. I don't care that dude has only has one leg. Of course, he's gonna beat the guy in a wheelchair when you can just flip the wheelchair.
Oh my god!
All right, this came in a close second or a close third for Drunkard of the Week.
Oh, okay.
What is your job?
Well, I crash funerals on behalf of the deceased. I'm the coffin confessor, and I tell those that were loved how much they were loved, and those my clients love to hate to fuck off.
So I want you to start from the start. How did you come across this?
No, it actually started as a joke. I just told a dying man I'd crash his funeral for him, and he took me up on the offer, and from that funeral it led to others. For instance, the first funeral that I crashed, Graham was on his deathbed. He was actually at home, but he had a best mate. His best mate was coming around and trying to screw his wife and patting her on the ass and putting his arm around her all the time. And Graham could see this from his bed, but he couldn't do anything because his best mate wouldn't even come down and see him or say anything.
No!
And Graham said in that letter, "You know, best mate of mine, been trying to screw my wife while I'm on my deathbed. You can go and fuck yourself and fuck off from my funeral. And if my brother, his wife, and their daughter are at this funeral, they can fuck off too, because I haven't seen them in 30 years. So why are they here now paying their respects?"
No, I love this.
Dude, that's what a great job. Like,
that's a good job.
What a unique niche that he found. Like, that's great.
Is
All
he
right.
hiring?
Final video of the evening.
Wow. Yep, that'd be about right.
That's exactly right. Oh man. All right. Well, Hannah showed up just in time for the end of the show tonight. Y'all, I gotta run. Thank y'all so much for tuning in this evening for episode 152. We will not be on next week as we'll be celebrating Thanksgiving. So tune in 2 weeks from now and go watch Cascade Effect. Going over to peacefulsea.network. Check out all of our other shows on the network. And
join the Dollar Media Club.
Join the Dollar Media Club, and
we'll in that Discord and come hang out with us.
Yeah, come hang out in the Discord, and we'll see you in a couple weeks, y'all. Peace.
Cruel